hitting on my buttons here, trying to get everything going. Hey folks, meteorologist Matt Barrentine. Once again, we are keeping an eye on the possibility of some strong to severe storms. You can see that here on back here on my board behind me. We got the risk of severe weather today. Sorry, my mouse is completely locked up here. All right, so there we go. I was trying to get everything working. Doesn't always want to do it sometimes. So severe risk zones. Level 1 is green. Level 2 is the yellow, the slight risk. So basically, just kind of look at it this way. You're west of 65, you're in a slight risk. Most of the east of 65 is in a marginal risk here of severe weather for today. So we are anticipating some stronger storms here today. Like I said this morning, so far we're just dealing with some light sprinkles, but those are moving on through the area here this morning. I'll zoom on down. Let me move my mouse around. Oops, wrong mouse. There's several mice here. All right, so this is one shower. It's a pretty decent shower going up 225 right now. It's headed over towards Bay Minette, working its way off to the northeast. So you can see that right there on 225 in Baldwin County, south of 65. Show you where some other light showers are. We have light rain, well, actually pretty decent rain now, falling across parts of Grand Bay. Light rain across by Labatry and Coden, Alabama Port. Light rain coming up towards Theodore and Tillman's Corner. And this is all, again, moving northeast. So this is going to track right along I-10. So if you're in Irvington or Theodore, you're going to see the heavier shower there around Grand Bay before too long. So we got a number of showers out there this morning to deal with. But the heavy rain is still to the west of us. We have an area of low pressure over East Texas that's going to crank up these storms here. And right there is a warm front. Once this passes north of us later this morning, that's when we'll start to see the possibilities of some stronger storms as the things become more unstable. All right, so here's the important part. If you're watching, this is what you're going to want to look at. This is the future cast. I'm going to take you through time, what we expect here for today. Stopping it at noon. So this is noontime, Biloxi to Hattiesburg. Still not quite in our area. So one thing the models have done this morning, they slowed it down a little bit, which is typical, by a couple of hours. So it looks like at noon it'll still be to the west of us. But by about 1 to 2 o'clock, it begins to enter our area, and we'll have heavy rain, thunderstorms. And some of those thunderstorms will likely be strong, and a few could be even severe as this whole line moves through. Once again, our risk level today is fairly low. It's fairly low, but it's there. And you got to keep in mind, there's only so many days a year you have these sort of risks. We'll talk about that in a second. So it's still something, even when those risks are low, you need to pay attention to. So we go to about 3 o'clock. You can see a number of showers and storms, the main line pushing to the east, but still some storms here hanging around back behind this. One thing I've noticed in the modeling trends today, as compared to last night and yesterday and the day before, is that it's a little bit more broken up, showing on the model, the high-resolution models today. It doesn't show as strong as of a line, so fingers crossed that will be the case here today. Another trend they continue to show is another round kind of into the evening. Now, they weren't, so yesterday, the day before, the models are showing this big line coming through from about noon to about 5 today, then just sort of wrapping up and being done. Now, the models are showing basically a similar timing, maybe about an hour or two later, a more broken up line, and then a little break, and then another round of showers and storms into the evening. So just be aware that that's a possibility that we could hear some more thunder tonight as we're trying to get everybody to bed. All right, so let's talk about the different risks. First off, let me kind of scooch a little bit so you can see. So you can see the scale here, and we're at the bottom of the scale. This is the tornado risk for today. We're at the bottom of the scale. That green is 2%. That brown is 5%. So once again, sort of west of 65 has a little bit higher risk of seeing tornadoes today. Now, those are low risk. You hear 2%, you hear 5%. Our human brains don't really that's basically nothing. Keep in mind, there's only so many days a year we have any risk at all of tornadoes. So even a low risk like this is significant and something you need to pay attention to. There's still a possibility here for today. And the way I usually like to describe it to people, if somebody told you, if you get in your car today, you have a 5% risk of getting in a serious accident. You probably wouldn't get in your car that day because that's a much higher risk than any general day that you get in your car. So this is significant for that reason. There's only so many days a year where we have this high of a risk of seeing tornadoes. And I don't anticipate, once again, long track tornadoes, but we could see a quick spin up in some of these storms, and that's what we'll be watching out for. All right, the main risk that we'll see today is going to be damaging winds. These are the 60, 70 mile per hour winds that come in with a squall line of storms, and we're at the 15% level in the yellow, basically, once again, west of 65, 15% chance of seeing damaging winds. So, once again, something significant. It's on the lower end of things, but still significant enough to where we need to pay attention as we go through the day. Now, here's the hail risk. The hail risk is a little bit lower. Basically, only our Mississippi counties for the 15% and then 5% for our Alabama counties of hail risk today of seeing the larger hail. Don't want to keep saying large hail because we've seen large hail lately, and I don't think we're going to see the monster hail or the gorilla hail today like we've seen a couple of times so far this spring. We've had quite the hail year. All right, so day planner. So it takes you on through temperatures in the 70s. Right now we've had some light sprinkles this morning. As we get towards lunchtime, we'll start seeing the storms approaching from the west over around Biloxi and Hattiesburg. And then they get into our area around 2, 4, and 5 o'clock. And then the storms, the main line of storms in, I think we get a break, then likely seeing around 9, 10 o'clock, maybe another round of rain and storms there as well. So just be aware, though, that for your Sunday, likely to be a washout through the middle of the day. You may be able to get in, like if you need to get some things done, mow the yard or something like that, get out there and get it done early. You may, just depending on the timing there and where you're at exactly across our area, you may find enough time to get out there and work in your yard and get some things done. Because like I said, let me put this into motion here. That's noontime. So if you're watching us from Baldwin County, you still got a couple of hours even there. You might be not until 2 or 3 o'clock till you see the storm. So that'll still give you a pretty good bit of the day to work with before this whole line comes on in. I'll show you what I mean. So there's 2. And so like I said, if you're in Baldwin County, you may not be seeing much in the way of rain at that point until about closer to 3. So as the storms are in and around Mobile. So just depending on where you're at, we'll make you will help let you know kind of about what the timing. You may be able to get some things done before it gets too stormy, like go to church and then come home, get some shopping, grocery shopping done before that rain gets in. Of course, though, if you live in western Mobile County, that rain is going to come in earlier for you, but it'll also exit earlier. So if you're in western Mobile County, maybe as early as 1 o'clock, you could be dealing with some thunderstorms. But then by about 4 o'clock, rain begins to wrap up across Mobile County until we see that secondary batch of rain into the evening hours. So once again, a couple rounds of rain are possible today. They're having some light sprinkles this morning. After lunchtime, enters the western part of our viewing area, and I think for about 1 to 5, so we're going to have our biggest and strongest storms. And then it looks like we could possibly see another round going into the evening, 9, 10, 11 o'clock frame. These wouldn't as likely be severe, but heavy rain and thunder is certainly possible. All right, so I'll give you enough of that. Let's go ahead and check out the extended forecast so you can see what we're going to be dealing with here in the next few days. I'm going to get the right one up and get my mug out of the way so you can see it. If I can. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, so now I got it. Sorry, it's a lot of buttons to push. All right, so here's the outlook as we go through the next few days. So today, obviously, the heavy rain, I got us 100% rain chance. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, don't sleep on those days. We got some high rain chances there, so if you need to get out and about and get some things done, you're going to have some issues, or you're going to work, getting those kids to school. You're like me, you got soccer practices to take the kids to in the evening. We're going to be dealing with some off and on rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not all day long, every day, but we're definitely going to have to deal with some rain at times. So, it's just something we're going to have to deal with through the first half of this week. There's some good news, though, is that next weekend looks good. It looks like all that rain will be done before next weekend, and it looks like we'll have nice conditions going into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. So, just got to deal with these storms next several days, and things will get a lot better. Now, as far as any severe weather is concerned, today is the day. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center doesn't have us in any risk zones Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Once again, for everybody that's joined on our Facebook feed or on our YouTube feed, I do appreciate it. Just watch out. have a way to get warnings here today. I think we're going to get some warnings, likely I said, from about 1 to 5 o'clock is probably going to be that time. Then we'd have the best chance of seeing that. And then we'll have another round into the evening. I don't think we'll get severe weather out of that, but we'll be keeping an eye on it as well. So active day. Get some stuff done around the house, like I said. You do have a few hours right now to get out and about, get a few things done, go to the grocery store, just start to get ready for tomorrow in the work week, or mow the yard, whatever you've got to do. You've got a few hours to get that done before the rain moves in. I know there's some sprinkles out now, but before some heavier rain moves in, I should say, you have some time to get some things done. Then we got some more showers and storms throughout next week. None of them are likely to be not as likely to be severe. And then we got clearing towards the end of the week. So have yourselves a good day, a good Sunday. I hope to catch you soon. I'll be on Fox 10 News tonight at 9 o'clock. And, of course, if we get any warnings or whatnot, we'll be cutting in a program to let you know about that as well. Have a great day. We will catch you soon. Have a good one. Bye now.